What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Now, 2021 has been kind of a crazy year. It's been really good for some folks. It's been really bad for other folks. We've had health stuff. We've had the economy looking up, down, sideways, stimulus, government bills, whatever. But the one thing that I can say that has definitely gone up throughout the year has been the stock market. And what I want to do today is give you guys my number one hot stock tip for 2022. And it's not going to probably come as any surprise to any of you guys out there because it's in the title. It's VTSAX. The thing about VTSAX is that it's not just me saying this is a hot stock tip. It's Warren Buffett. It's pretty much every financial advisor. It's nearly every YouTuber can say that the total U.S. stock market is a no-brainer investment. It can be your core investment. It will just solidly make you money. Now, it's not sexy. It's not a Shiba Inu token that's going to go up by 600%. It's not Bitcoin. It's not a Tesla stock that can, has been going sky high. It's not a ARK Innovation Funds, which we're going to look at here in just a second. But what it is it is a solid baseline core investment that you can stick money into and you can nearly be guaranteed a return every single year. And the reason is not because of what it is. It's not because of its ticker. It's not because it's from Vanguard. It's not because of any of those things. It's what that index fund represents. And you don't have to buy VTSAX if that's not the one that is for you. As long as you're buying a total U.S. Index fund that has very low fees, it could be VTI, it could be FSKAX, it could be FZROX. It could be a lot of different things. It doesn't matter what institution you get it from or anything like that. The thing is that all of these basically do the same thing. They invest money automatically. They invest it for a very low cost, and they invest it in the U.S. total market. And that is the key to this entire thing, is that you're not buying just some stock ticker. You're not buying one company. You are buying the entire U.S. market. You are getting a small slice of the number one economy in the world. And there might be folks that say, oh, well, it's going to lose its number one status to China, or it's not technically number one based on this, that, or the other thing. But really, it doesn't make any difference because the United States has a gigantic economy. It has consistently delivered returns. And the reason that I am consistently bullish on the United States economy is that there is a gigantic workforce. There is a ton of education to be had. There are a slew of raw materials. Financing is easy to get, and the best part about it is that for the most part, if you can think up an idea, you can pursue that, you can start a company, and you can get off the ground relatively easily in the United States compared to other countries, and that is what is going to keep this going up for me essentially forever. And maybe I am a flag-waving, gun-toting American, but I truly believe in the United States at a very long-term capacity. No matter who is in charge of government, Republicans or Democrats or anything like that, I think that the United States is going to consistently outperform the world market. I think that they're going to consistently provide returns, and I think that this is a tremendous investment to get into that's going to provide you with a lifetime of wealth because it's going to continue to go up over time. There's returns that are going to continue to compound at an average rate of about 10% a year, and it is much better than trying to pick individual stocks. And you might say, well, why not try to pick individual stocks? Why not try to look at something when a stock is down to try to pick it up and try to then wait until it goes up and sell, like a beat up stock that is worth a lot of money and it's going to go up. And that's a lot easier said than done. And especially if you are like a hindsight is 2020 type of person, you can say, well, I knew that stock wasn't worth XYZ. Like, for example, when Fifth Third was only worth like $1.25 in the Great Recession, and now it's up to $50 or $60 a share. That is easy to look at back in those days, but you may have panic sold that back in the day. You might have only bought it at let's say 5 when it was coming down, that went down all the way down to 1 something, and you sold it. And the thing is is that there are folks out there right now that are getting paid millions and millions of dollars to manage funds, to pick stocks, and they cannot consistently beat the market. They usually underperform the market. Very rarely do they overperform the market, and they usually can do only as good as match the market, especially after fees, which we're going to get into here in a second. And so how do you think that you as a teacher, as an engineer, as a pilot, as whatever, or me as a YouTuber, is going to be able to realistically put in the time to really research companies to make sure that we're beating the market? It's just, if the professionals on Wall Street making millions of dollars a year can't reliably do it, the chances of you being able to do it aren't really well. And you're not going to be able to tell if it's going to go up or down. And nobody on YouTube is going to be able to accurately predict that. So the best way to do it is just to buy all the stocks and get the total US market return over time. Another thing that people ask is, why not use those hot shots on Wall Street? Why not use one of their managed funds that promises that it's going to beat the market, that it's going to outperform the S&P? And the fact of the matter is that they typically do not outperform the total U.S. stock market after they take their fees, because in order to get paid millions and millions of dollars, they have to take fees in the millions and billions of dollars out of these massive pools of money that are being invested. And those 1 and 2% interest rates that you're losing out on, there's 1 or 2% every single year, so you can pay that hotshot manager, that is going to significantly decrease the amount of money that you get over time. I was recently just screwing around a compound interest calculator, saying that if I had my $116,000 invested in the stock market and I put in $12,000 more a year and got the 10% return, because I'd be investing in VTSAX, to see what the difference was between a 10% return and 11% return over 40 years. And the difference was about $4 million of return. One was about $11 million of returns at the end of 40 years, and the other one was about 15 million. So that 1 or 2% return can have a really big impact on how much you have in the end. And now if we just compare VTSAX to other individual stocks that have been hot recently, in the market year to date for VTSAX, we're looking at a 23.5% increase in the value of VTSAX. And now typically the U.S. total market averages about 10% returns with growth and dividends. So right there we have gotten over 2 years of growth year to date in VTSAX, and we're almost to Christmas in 2021. So that's probably about what we're going to get for the year. But Apple, for example, we're up 35.25 on Apple, so that one you might have slightly beat the S&P 500. Amazon, which has been a hot stock in the past, only 6.79%. So you would be way under what VTSAX would get you. Tesla this year, 37.33, so a little up. Facebook, which is now called Meta, only up to 22.83, so you'd be right in line. And if you look at like some of the bigger dividend aristocrats like Procter & Gamble, 15.6 up for the year. So again, if you had only bought P&G, you would be down versus buying VTSAX. Another one that had been a golden child of the investing world has been the ARK Innovation Fund. If you were in that this year, you would actually be down 21.5%, and so you would have underperformed VTSAX in a big way. And now people will say that if you would have held it for 5 years, sure, the 5-year return on that 382% versus the 5-year return in VTSAX of 103%. With a 20% pullback this year, I would take those numbers, but there's no way to say if that's going to continue or not in that particular fund, with it being managed and not being the entire United States economy. Whereas you can say with VTSAX, you can look back and say, listen, the United States economy has always performed since essentially the history of numbers, and there's no reason to think that it won't. And if you guys get down on the economy thinking that everything's bad and what have you, look at all the things that are changing and all of the improvements in technology in your life, and you can really start getting a sense of why the United States market is so strong. I mean, you look at like Facebook, they're coming out with the metaverse, even though I don't think that that's going to be a great thing for society, but that is the type of innovation that's coming out of the United States. Tesla with its electric cars is the type of innovation that's coming out of the United States. Increased fuel economy with jet engines coming out of GE and Pratt & Whitney. These are things that just scratches the surface of what is going on in the United States, and why I think that they will continue to be a very strong force in the world economy. I think that people will continue to come here for education, for opportunity, for ease of credit. I mean, just this year, I have taken on loans, business loans, to invest in real estate of just under $1 million. So, you know, if that kind of financing is available for people like me, the type of financing for major companies to make improvements in their company, in their technology, that is why I'm consistently bullish on the United States. And then because I've had a couple people ask me about gold versus stocks or whatever, the 1 year trend on gold is negative 4.33% versus VTSAX again being up that 23.5%. So guys, that is my hot stock for 2022. That'll probably be my hot stock for 2023, 24. It was my hot stock in 21, 2019, and I could probably just re-upload this video year after year with a different title on it, and it would be the same thing, because what I want to do is I want to buy a slice of the entire US economy and profit on that as a baseline investment. And then from there, I can go out and buy real estate, I can buy cryptocurrencies, and I know for a fact that, you know, over the long haul, this is going to pay off for me consistently grow wealth. And if I just put in a very small amount of money over a long period of time, I can almost guarantee to be not just a millionaire, but probably a multi-millionaire. So guys, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button for me. That really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, and it keeps this video moving, keeps this channel alive. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, hit the subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything that I put out on personal finance, be it stocks, real estate, crypto, or anything else. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.